So today's story is about a dad whose life changed after losing everything. So let's call him Daniel. Daniel had a steady job and a wife he adored and a son named Noah, who was just 5 years old. But one day his wife fell ill and Daniel's world turned upside down. He spent all his savings on her medical bills. At first the doctors said she might make a recovery, but then they said she wouldn't. They were honest. She had only days left. Daniel and Noah spent those last days with her, talking, laughing, crying. When she died, Daniel was devastated. He didn't know how to tell Noah. How could he explain the concept of death to a 5-year-old? He thought of lying, but he knew his son would sense it. So he told him the truth. "Mom has gone to sleep and won't wake up. She's gone to heaven," Noah cried. He didn't want his mom to go to heaven because he wanted her to stay with him. Daniel hugged his son tight. He promised Noah that he would always be there for him. "Promise you, Noah, I will take care of you." Noah nodded, wiping his tears away. Then Daniel buried his wife. It was the hardest thing he had ever done. As he stood there in the pouring rain, he knew his life would never be the same again. Daniel tried his best to be both parents to Noah. Every morning he woke up early to pack his son's lunch, then leave for work. He worked long and hard hours to make sure they had food on the table, but he often made mistakes. He forgot school events. He burnt meals. He came home late. Yes. He was exhausted most of the time and couldn't read Noah bedtime stories. Despite all of this, Noah never complained. He understood that his dad was doing the best he could. Daniel loved his son more than anything in the world. He would do anything to protect him. One night a fire broke out in their home. It happened when Daniel was working the night shift. When he got home, he saw flames dancing in the sky. Their whole house was on fire. All he could do was stand there and watch his years of hard work turn to ash. He lost his house, his business papers, his wife's photographs, everything that once defined his life. But in his arms, his 5-year-old son clung to him tightly. "Daddy, it's okay. We're still together," Noah whispered. And in that moment, Daniel knew that even though the world had taken everything from him, it couldn't touch the one treasure he refused to lose, his child. For days, they lived on a neighbor's couch. Daniel had no savings left. The hospital bills from his wife's illness had drained everything before the fire. He looked at his son each night, wondering how he could possibly rebuild. The weight of failure pressed on him, and for the first time, Daniel wept silently, where Noah couldn't see. But children have a way of seeing strength where adults only see weakness. One evening, as Daniel stared blankly at job listings, Noah climbed into his lap and placed his tiny hand on his father's cheek. "Dad," he whispered, "as long as I have you, I'm not scared." Those words pierced Daniel's heart like sunlight breaking through storm clouds. He realized that his son did not measure love in houses, money, or possessions. His love was measured in presence, in sacrifice, in the unbreakable bond they shared. From then on, Daniel fought harder. He took on construction work during the day and drove a delivery van at night. His hands blistered, his back ached, but every coin he earned brought him closer to giving Noah a stable life again. Slowly, piece by piece, they rebuilt not just a home, but a future. With time, they rented a small apartment. Daniel found steady work with a company that valued his grit. He made sure Noah went to school every morning with a smile and came home to a father who, no matter how tired, always had time to listen. Years passed. Noah grew into a young man with dreams bigger than their small apartment could hold. He studied tirelessly, often at the kitchen table while Daniel worked beside him, repairing shoes to earn a little extra. On graduation day, Noah stood tall in his cap and gown, scanning the crowd until his eyes locked on Daniel. In that moment, he raised his diploma high and shouted, "This is for you, Dad." The audience clapped, but Daniel's vision blurred with tears. He remembered the fire, the loss, the nights of doubt. He remembered every moment he had wanted to give up, but couldn't because of the little boy who once told him, "I'm not scared as long as I have you." Now stood that same boy, no longer little, proving that love, sacrifice, perseverance had built something no fire could destroy. Now, if you think about it, Daniel may have lost everything once: his wife, his home, his wealth. But he had never lost his child, and because of that, he had never truly been poor. For in holding on to his son, he had held on to hope. and sometimes hope is enough to rebuild an entire world. So that was today's story. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.